Hello and welcome back to another episode of CyclopeanCraft.
With me, Elainey.
And me, Gwent Gamer.
Now, you might be wondering why Gwent is here with me in front of my base.
And that's because we have a very big plan.
We are going to be building a witch farm today.
I am so excited. So I think Elainey has found a witch hut already. Am I right, Elainey?
Yes, it took a while and a few mishaps, but I did find one.
Amazing. So we're going to head on over there now.
Okay, see you in a bit.
We made it all the way out here to the witch hut, just over there as you can see. And Elainey's actually already prepped this for us.
Yes, so I've already done a little bit of prep. We'll go over and have a quick look. So the way the witches spawn is they won't spawn on any area. You have to find the specific spawning platform, which we have done here. It's quite simple. So what I did was I just put loads of glass panes all over this bit, and then you go 25 blocks away, and then you mark off the area in which they spawn. So they spawn in between these 4 glass panes, and that is the only spot they will spawn in. So keep that in mind. And next up, we're going to be working on the actual farm bit, so the water pulse and the trident farm.
Ooh, okay, yeah, so let's get started on the water pulse first then, because the trident farm's going to involve a bit of digging, isn't it?
Yes, we will have to dig down.
Okay, so I'll set up a beacon, you get working on the water pulse, and we'll meet back in the middle.
Right, let's go.
Let's go. I'll see you tomorrow.
Don't you dare. Save me!
As you can see in Exhibit A, we have ourselves a witch farm.
Yes, so that's right. The witch farm is completed, fully functional. It is a beautiful thing. However, we couldn't quite go with our original design, so we changed it up a bit. However, first we're going to demonstrate it, and then we'll pop down below and go over what changes we made and how it works with you.
Okay, so it's a really simple trident killer up top. There we have it. And they die.
Beautiful, beautiful thing.
Oh, how lovely.
And we don't have a proper storage system in place. This is just temporary. We will be adding more because potions will get filled up so quickly.
They really will. So yeah, we need to... I think that's probably priority numero uno.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go on down and look at the actual farm so you guys can see about the design decisions that we made. We are down here at the base of the witch farm, and we did have a little issue with the layout of the witch farm, which I think Elainey will be better to explain.
Yeah, so originally our plan was on the 2x2 spawning platform was to have one of those blocks missing, and they would drop down there. However, the problem we encountered was when the block was missing, they would no longer spawn. So instead of having the hole there, we just moved it over one so it was next to the spawning platform rather than being part of it.
Yeah, so
we used a water flushing system to push them over into a little hole, which brings them along. And Gwent actually worked on the next part, so I'll let him continue.
Yeah, I just wanted to elaborate a little bit more on your bit first, though, because just so you guys can visualize. So the witches can spawn in a 2x2 area, which Elainey explained earlier. So these redstone blocks would be where the witches can spawn. And we had water coming from over this way to flush them down a hole that we had created right here. But obviously that takes away a spawning block, and it really decreased the spawns, well, by a quarter apparently. So Elainey quite rightfully switched it over, popped that back in, and now we have water flushing them this way. And yeah, we're just getting a lot more witches spawn now, so good job, Elainey. And
yeah, the spawn rate is really good.
Yeah, really good. And then rather than dropping the witches down into the ground, which was our original plan, we realised that we'd have to dig out quite a large perimeter to make sure that this farm was optimised. But instead we've decided to send them right up into the sky, and our AFK spot is up there. And that just means that all we need to do is light up a couple of caves and light up the surface, and this farm is pretty much max efficiency. So yeah, it's actually spawning really well now. We just need to do some AFKing to test out how good it's going to be, and we need to sort out the chests. But I think we did good for our first proper farm project together.
Yes, and I don't know about you, but it's my first time ever building a witch farm as well, so I think we did very well.
We did really well. It is my first time building a witch farm too. I would just say in 1.16, witch farms have become much easier to build.
Yes, I know there was a lot of issues with them spawning beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's going to be... Is that going to wrap it up for Gwent and Elainey?
Yes, for the witch farm project anyway.
Yep. As I like to call us, Batman and Robin. I'm Batman.
I ain't no psychic.
Oh gosh. Okay, so yeah, that's going to be it for the witch farm, guys. Well, that was really fun working with Elainey on that project, and I'm quite impressed with how efficiently everything went. Everything worked well and smoothly, and once we decided to change the AFK spot to up in the sky, it was much quicker. Witch farms, guys, are now very, very simple. And that was my first one, and I'm glad I waited till 1.16 to make that my first one, because I really didn't want to make it a massive perimeter. I do still think there are some things we can tweak about it, but overall I'm really pleased with that. Now on to project number 2 today. We need to go over to the industrial zone and work on our slime farm, which we started a few episodes ago, maybe last episode, I don't know, everything sort of merges into one. But before we do, we need to pop over to the slime district before this phantom gets me. We need to pop over to the shopping district to purchase some blackstone, and I think Pokemon Dark Master has got some in for us. Pokemon Dark Master has actually restocked his blackstone. He's actually made it 1 diamond for 4 stacks. I believe it's probably harder for him to get the regular than it is for him to get the polished. I'm guessing he gets these through piglin trades maybe or something, and this one not. So we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we're just going to buy him out of that, I guess. And also, while we're in the shopping district, Hank has just put a special offer on. He said it's 20 diamonds for a shulker full of rockets, including the shulker, which is a very good deal. So we're going to head on over to his shop in just a second. I just wanted to check if anyone else has bought any more wool. They have 1 more diamond. Let's go and check out while we're here at the shop. Oh, I need to restock these. Really need to restock those. Let's check the scaffolding. Oh, we've got another sale. That's good news. And another one. What? Why do we have a gold ingot? Okay, we've got a gold ingot too. Very nice. So that's good. Well, this is selling. That's great news. And here's his special offer. Payments in here. And that is 20 diamonds. Okay, let's just take it. I mean, we've got the diamonds to blow right now. Is that going to be enough? That's not enough, is it? Oh, it is. Perfect. Okay, that's very nice. Let's put our 20 diamonds in there, and we will take that. Thank you very much. And pick that one back up. Perfect. Thanks very much, Hank. May need some more of those. Oh, there's also a new shop over here. I think Hank is selling... this looks... I'm just going to say it. I think Hank may have already acknowledged it. This looks an awful lot like a Hermitcraft build, if you ask me. Anyone get some deja vu? I believe this is the same build as Impulse's, which is a very good shop, so why not use it? 1 diamond for 16. 2 diamonds per stack. 2 diamonds per stack! It's probably worth it, but I'm going to want a few of those. Has he got any sales? He is. Oh. Well, since I'm here, I may as well buy some now, just in case they get bought up. Hank has made an absolute killing from me today. An absolute killing. Let's break this up then. So it's 2 diamonds per stack. Let's get 3 stacks. Actually, we'll get 4 because the symmetry is killing me. We need to make this symmetrical. There we go. Okay, right, that's us all stocked up on sea lanterns. We don't need them at the moment, but we will need them in the future. And we've got a bunch of rockets, and we've got some more blackstone, which was the most important thing. The whole reason we came to the shopping district, in fact. We're here at the slime farm, and you may remember last episode, guys, that I said I wanted to make all the walls white concrete. And I probably am going to regret this, but Unpredictable XY gave me a really great idea that I can just use concrete powder, drop it down and then drop water on it to do this faster. And I agree, I can do that. Great idea. I hadn't thought of that myself. It does, however, mean that I've got to knock down another layer all the way around the chunk, which kind of sucks. But I'm going to commit to it and do it because I think it will look so cool by the time it's done. Because we're going to have the magma blocks, then we're going to have the black stone, and then we'll have white walls. And I just think it'll look so cool. If it doesn't look cool, then I've only got myself to blame, really. But we may as well do it because I've said it now. So I've set my beacon up. I'm ready to go. I've got my tools. I've actually only got 1 pickaxe with me and it's on half durability, so let's see how far that gets us. But hopefully this won't take as long as it took me to dig the whole hole. Okay, so I've dug out the wall all the way around and I'm just putting in my little pens to hold the iron golems in, and I've come to the realization that I can't cut out any more pens because I need to know where to put them. I need to have my platforms in place before I can decide how high up I need to place these guys. I've gone for 1 on every side, so basically if a slime spawns anywhere in sort of a triangle sort of area, so from here, if a slime spawns in this section, then they should go to that one, and in this section they should go to that one, and so on and so forth. And I think that will get them off the platforms as soon as possible. But yeah, it's just a case of spacing these out so that every platform can see an iron golem and building enough of these platforms. And just like that, our spawning pads are complete. So this is the top layer, it's on level 38 because I believe slimes can only spawn up to level 40. And if I was to put in another platform, it would be on this level right here, and that is level 41, I believe. Yeah. So there's no point in putting another layer in. I actually think this is a bit overkill because I've literally jumped down twice and I've picked up 2 stacks of slimes just passively. So it's looking like it's going to be a really good farm. I'm just going to collect up all of my scaffolding now and fill in the corner section of each of the platforms, and then we need to work on getting the golems in and the concrete walls, which I'm not looking forward to at all. Let's just see how it goes. I've literally put 1 iron golem in, and look at all the slime balls around the outer ring for a start. That's just passive. I've got all of these guys just jumping at me. Wow, this farm is very, very efficient. Gosh, this is just crazy. I don't have the inventory space. I should really get working on my collection system ASAP. Yeah, I can't pick up any of these. I'm full up. They're just all going to go to waste. They're all going to despawn. Oh, how sad is that? I've had to come to the shopping district to purchase some more iron, and oh my gosh, we have spent a load. I've just put these 18 diamonds in here. My diamond supply is getting so small. This was like 12 blocks plus 30 individual diamonds. And now we're on 6. Oh, that's sad. We do have a lot more iron though, so I mean something's got to be said for that. Almost 2 stacks now, but we're about to use it all making iron golems. It's such a sad life. Why do I do this to myself? I do need some white concrete, and I've just checked Modest shop and he's out. So I'm going to go to base and see if I've got any more left, because he did give me quite a lot, but yeah, I just don't think I've got enough for what I want to do. Turns out I've still got a 10 left, so hopefully we should have enough to get us through this. Actually, that's not enough. We'll come back if we need more. Yeah, there is no way I've got enough cement. Half an inventory's worth, so all of these free spaces, 11 inventory slots full of concrete has got me roughly about an extra 9 blocks high. There's so much left to go. It's happened. We've run out of concrete and we are now using powder. Which, I mean, it may be better. I may be able to tower up more and then just tip water down a lot of it. Let's try. So if I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... I could just go right up to the top, couldn't I? Oh, let's just do this then. Up to there? Yes, up to there. Because now, theoretically, I could just do this. Oh, this could get very boring though. Yeah, this is way better. Much quicker. Whew, okay, and all that's left now is to just tip some water down over the sides. Wow, that took some time. I think I started this at probably about 1:30. I started doing the platforms and it's now 4 o'clock. So yeah, that was a lot of block placing right there. I've purposely been leaving these blocks here all this time just to get just to trick you OCDers out there who are easily annoyed by things like that. But that block now is starting to annoy me, and if it's annoying me then it's already too late. It needs to go. So I need to get my bucket of water, which I think is at the bottom anyway, and I'm going to try and jump down and land on that block there. Here goes. Geronimo! Did we get it? Yes, we did. Woohoo! Oh my, when you're in this thing, it just looks... Well, you can just see the amount of blocks I've placed. Yeah, let's go get our water. Water bucket in hand, let's get all this converted. So I think this side is relatively... okay, I do think we need a little bit though, so let's pop that down there for a second. Wait for it to run down. That should be fine, shouldn't it? Move it over a little bit. Yep, let's do this all the way around. Wow. How on earth we managed to get all this done and we're only halfway through the episode, I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. Why I decided to create a completely white concrete wall around this slime farm, again, I will never know. But we have iron golems in place on 2 of the 4 sides, and I was going to put them on all 4, but do you know what? There's just no point. We're getting so many drops right now that, yeah, like I said, there's no point. So once these phantoms stop attacking me, we're going to go on down and just look at the drops that we're getting from it. We now have a item unloader, a minecart unloader system, which is picking up all of the drops and then placing them into these chests right here. So this is just what is picked up since I made this unloader. I did 2 designs of the unloader. This design worked best, which is why I now have a chest with this many and a chest with this many in. But that is looking pretty good for probably about 10 minutes. Not to mention all of... Oh, let's get a torch down over here. It's pretty dark. Not to mention all of the slime balls and slime blocks that I've collected while making this farm. I think I've gone through most of them and converted them into blocks. But anyway, that is the slime farm done. Let's actually, before we do go, let me just go into the side and take a peek for you guys. So here we have it. I need to knock down that that scaffolding. But this is it from the bottom, and oh my gosh, doesn't it look great? The white walls were, I know it's a little bit crazy, they were completely unnecessary. Completely. But it looks so good. It looks so good. I'm really glad I made that choice. Now, we're going to go on over to our base because we need to get into place an item storage system. And it couldn't come a moment too soon because look at all of these chests and they are all absolutely chocker with loads of different items and loads of different blocks. And yeah, so we couldn't be investing in a storage system at a better time. So I'm going to just pick up all of this stuff and clean up here a little bit, and then we're going to head back to the base and get started on that one. Okay guys, so we're back at base and I have dug out a rather large hole, as you can see, and I'm getting used to digging these holes. It's just getting back out of them that's a problem, but now I've got my trusty scaffolding, no problem at all. Do you see what I did there? Anyway, so we're going to be making our storage system down here, and I'm going to jump down and show you where our chests are going to go. I'm not going to be doing too much of this on camera, but I do have a tutorial for the storage system I'm about to build, so you're welcome to go and check that out. It should have been released a few days before this video. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have chests there, and we're also going to have chests there. In this middle row, we're going to have like our crafting table and some furnaces or something maybe, and then we're going to have more chests here and here, just like that. So then, once we've got that, and we're going to be putting, like I said, the crafting table is going to be going there. This is going to be our main item storage, but then we're also going to be having some sort of bulk item storage, because the system we're going to be using for these chests is going to be too slow to use for things like cobblestone and stone. They'll just completely clog up the system, so we're going to actually be building then some separate storage silos along this wall, probably something like that, 6 blocks. No, I'll probably do 5 actually, so we've got some symmetry, and then I'll do 5 this side, and I'm going to leave this this wall empty because I don't know what we're going to be doing here yet. Because we're going to need some sort of way in and out. This isn't actually going to be the bottom. It's not going to be this deep. It's actually going to be more at, let's see now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, probably at this level. So it's not as deep as it looks. Yeah, this level I think. And this is the level all our chests are going to be on anyway. But we're going to need a way down here, so I'm thinking we could do something over there. We could also do something in the middle of the room. That might be the best way, actually. Or we could have some just really odd way of getting here. I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and make this. I know... So we know where the chests are going to go, and we know the design we're going to use. What I don't know is the color palette for this room in particular, so it's just going to be a case of some chests with some redstone behind them. I do have Elainey on the way over with some hoppers, which are going to help tremendously because this is going to use a lot of hoppers. I haven't budgeted hoppers for the bulk item storages yet, but I'll just make those if I need to. So yeah, I should be right back, and hopefully by the time I am back, the item storage would have been complete. Wow guys, what a grind this episode has been. I've had some ups and downs, and I have just put in the work. It is crazy. This episode all started about a week ago when I decided that I wanted to create a multi-item sorter, because I knew that I was building the slime farm. I had loads and loads of items from it, and I just got so fed up of my items being in chests here, there, and everywhere. So I created an item sorter. You may have already seen the tutorial. If you haven't, go and check it out if you want to build it. However, I got through the first segment of the item sorter and realized it wasn't working on the server, and I rage quit. I was livid because, I mean, this had taken me a week. I've already posted a tutorial about it, and now for some reason it's not working on the server, which is a common problem with these item sorters. So I rage quit. About 8 hours later, after a good sleep, I came back on just to have a little tinker about, and I noticed I'd actually gone and left a piece of redstone dust out. I couldn't believe it when I found that piece of redstone dust. Oh, so it works, and the grand reveal is now it is complete. So before we round up this episode, I thought it'd be a really good idea to just show you how this machine works, what's going on, because I didn't really get to explain it fully in the tutorial, and I know that at least one person wanted to know the inner workings of this machine, and it is going to be useful for you if you guys want to make your own or alter this in any way to make it fit in with your build. Hopefully this next little bit will help. So let's first of all talk about the input chest. It's going to be attached to this hopper right here, and we can bring this hopper out to wherever we want. This is just the input line, and this stays constant throughout the entire machine. You see, each of these is just one segment. So this section here, this 4 wide section, is one segment. This is the second segment, this is the third, and this is the fourth. You can have these individual, you don't have to have them all linked up like I have. But what happens is you put your items in the hopper at the front, and it gets fed around through here and around here and into the first dropper, which is down there. The reason we've used redstone on some of these hoppers is actually to slow down the flow of items. You see, if we just let items flow into this dropper at the rate that hoppers normally let them flow in, it won't work. The system will actually break. So we need to figure out a way to slow the items down as they're coming into this dropper. And we do it. The first way we do it is with this piece of redstone dust right there. But also, you may notice we've got a comparator here. Now this comparator detects if there's something in the dropper, and as soon as one item is in the dropper, it sends a signal to shoot that item out. However, this comparator doesn't stop more items flowing in at the same time. So it'll shoot once, but then if there's already an item in there before the first item has been shot out, it won't shoot out the second item, because we haven't slowed down the items coming into it enough. So what we've done to overcome that is pop a redstone repeater here and a piece of redstone dust, and when this comparator gives an output, it triggers this piece of redstone dust. It's not actually got enough power to get over to this piece of redstone dust, so these, although they're connecting, they don't actually interact with each other at all, because this will be on 1 power, and by the time it gets over to this piece of redstone dust, it will be on 0 power, so it won't activate this repeater. So once this repeater is activated, it locks this hopper, so it physically can't put any more items into this dropper. And that is the first key component of this machine. At the back here, we've just got some rails and basically some observers to detect the updates to the redstone, which trigger the dropper elevator. The reason we've got these blocks here is to make these droppers silent. If we have just observers facing into the droppers, one observer, so for example this observer, is actually powering these 3 hoppers. It doesn't matter because it doesn't actually, because of the way I've set this up, this still stays silent. It's just basically I got lucky to say the least. But this one will never power any of the other droppers. So there'll be one item in there and it'll get shot out. Once it's in this chest, this one will fire in this dropper. This fires and it gets shot out again. and then so on and so forth. These will make a noise if they ever trigger and there's not an item in the actual dropper. If this dropper's empty and this fires, then it'll start making clicking noises, and we don't want that, because once you've got all of these droppers making clicking noises, oh, you can just forget about your ears. They just go. So anyway, yeah, so we use the rails there then because they actually activate quicker than a redstone torch. So a redstone torch will stay powered for 2 ticks, whereas the rails will power in 1 tick, so it's just much quicker. And then the observers all the way up just trigger all of these. Then, this is the important bit actually. Once we've got the items at the top, we need a way to make sure that they go into the right chest. And we want to make sure that they start filtering from the top chest down. And so if there's space in the top chest, then the item should go into it. If there's no space, then it should go into the next chest down. And we do that by alternating the repeater's ability to accept items. And so, for example, we've got these top repeaters here, if I can get a better viewing angle for you, which apparently I can't. The top repeaters, I'm stuck. The top repeaters get, let me get back up here. Okay, take 2. These top repeaters have a redstone signal, and actually I've just noticed I've missed out some redstone on here, so I'm really pleased that I'm doing this now. Let's put that there this time. Have I missed it on that one over there? No. So these top repeaters have, these top hoppers have a redstone signal going into them, which powers these, which means that these cannot accept items when these torches are turned on. And same for the ones underneath. When the repeater is powered, it powers this block, which powers this hopper, which means that any items in this one can't flow down into this one. And by alternating, what we're doing is making it so that if there's an item in this one, it can only flow down to here before it's stopped. And then once it's in here, it can't flow into that one because that one will be locked. So the only place it can flow is into the chest in front of it. If the chest in front of it doesn't have space for it, it will just stay in the hopper until this hopper unlocks. Then it will drop down and check the next chest. And that's it really. It's when you explain it, when you go through everything and you break it down into the individual components, it's actually fairly simple to understand what's going on. So all that's happening is we're giving it, each hopper, the opportunity to place its item into a chest before letting it drop down to the next hopper. And then the last thing that we need to just check out is the underneath. So once an item has gone down the first lot of chests, so it would be these ones on this one, there's a hopper under here which takes it and puts it into the second dropper elevator, and then it goes on to the next lot. And then under here we've just got the redstone. So all we're actually doing here is, this is a clock that is toggleable, so it's being turned on and off by this pulse extender. So when an item gets accepted into this dropper, the comparator signals, which signals this repeater, which turns off this hopper, but also it turns on this torch. And when this torch is turned on, it sends a pulse to these comparators, which the comparators then extend. So they create like an ongoing clock which powers this repeater, which turns off this torch. And when this torch is turned off, it starts the clock. And the clock is what these hoppers go on. So these hoppers lock and unlock based on this redstone torch here. So just to simulate that, if I take off this torch, you'll see the clock has now started. And that's all that's happening. There's just a clock which is controlling the repeaters above. These sorters work by having a full inventory, and then you would just place in, so for example, if in this chest I wanted to sort out smooth stone, I would take out the cobblestone and pop in some smooth stone. So now smooth stone plus cobblestone is going to be sorted in this chest. I can also then just say, oh, I actually want my rotten flesh to be sorted into here too. I want it in that slot, and now rotten flesh will go into that slot. So every item, every inventory slot must have at least one block in it. Otherwise this system breaks. With that in mind though, sometimes it's quite good to have empty slots, and I'll explain why. So I would, well, basically at the end of your system, so on this row of chests over here, let's say the bottom two, any items that don't stack are going to just go all the way around the system until they find an empty slot, which they won't, and then they'll end up in this chest right here. But if you're like me and you like more than one chest for your overflow items to go into, you can just leave the last two chests free, and any overflow items are just going to go into these chests here, or you could even use a full row, or you could have a whole segment dedicated to items that you don't want to sort. Completely up to you. But yeah, so that's that explained anyway. So yeah, that's going to round things up for us. Just to summarise what we've done today then, we had a great start to the episode. We had a lot of fun with Elainey. We made a witch farm, my very first witch farm in Minecraft ever, and I've played it for probably about 10 years now, almost 10 years at least. Actually, yeah, 8 or 9 years. And then we went on to the slime farm and actually completed it, which was amazing. So proud that I've managed to do that this episode. It has, however, made this episode late going out, which I'm sure you've all noticed. Or some of you at least, the observant of you. And then we've made this beautiful machine behind us. So I'm so happy. I've done so much, and next episode I think we're going to have a change of pace. I think we need to do something a little less grindy. But I really hope you've enjoyed it. What did you guys think of the new loading screens, the new transitions? I absolutely loved making those, and I think I'm going to make more like it. I think they were really fun. I actually want to give a shout out to Joel No Thumbs, who suggested that. So he's one of my subscribers who watches every episode, and I really appreciate your support and your input, so thank you very much. If any of you guys have any input, anything that you'd like me to incorporate into my videos, then let me know in the comments below. But yeah, like I said, if you have liked this, leave a like, subscribe, leave me some comments, because I like responding to you all, and just have a good day. Bye guys.